But what we're talking to the audience about is that Shams had this information about Jimmy Butler, and the agent, Jimmy Butler's agent, a guy named Bernie Lee, called him out by name, saying, "You have no idea what you're talking about, and you're full of BS." You don't see that too often.
Said he made it up and called him out on making up things. The problem with that is only that agents have a long, long distinguished history of lying only to protect their clients, and Shams and Woj tend to get most everything right. And once the noise subsides, there's nothing that has stuck to Shams and Woj on wrong whenever an agent does this. So I'm inclined to believe the credible person who doesn't have a bias versus the one who's paid to have one.
But there's no upside. My question that I'm talking about today is, what would be Bernie Lee's incentive to be so public going against Shams when there's a possibility, if not an actual probability, that Shams was right? What's there? I can't think of the monetary upside, the loyalty to Jimmy.
The Miami Heat are an intensely private organization. Any information that was coming out through Woj or Shams would never be coming out through the Miami Heat. All of these stories, when they get planted, to me, one of the most fun things to do over the last 10 years is who's incentivized to put this out there? Because once the information guys can use the anonymous stuff, who's the incentive for? And when you ask, what's the agent's incentive? This is a private organization. Jimmy Butler would like to get to wherever his next place is. Whatever the tensions are between him and management, he would like the Miami Heat to help him here. And so this is in protection of, can we keep our privacy? Jimmy Butler's not for sale. The team he's on is the one he's trying to win a championship with. We're not concentrating on money right now. This is for other people to do.
But the problem with that is Jimmy Butler then gave quotes that are attributed directly to him, saying, "I don't mind being talked about like this. As a matter of fact, any publicity is good publicity," the old adage. So it's not like he and his agent Bernie Lee were on any sort of same page, a strategic page. And number two, Dan, trading Jimmy Butler, not easy because of the rules of basketball. And we can talk about aprons and dollars, and Amin may be better served in your universe to do it.
Well, Phoenix can't. One of the things that was weird about that story yesterday, when you talk about aprons and dollars and all this finance stuff that you have a real fluency in, is that I'm legitimately confused as to why, and as someone who's allegedly an expert on this, how it is that Miami can't make this trade with Phoenix. Whether he wants to go to Phoenix or not, there are too many complications that make aprons and tax hits too hard to make the pieces work.
But what it does is you have to get a third team involved. There's always ways. So when you read about all the different machinations that can happen with teams, the way you get around it with the current CBA is you just put a third team in there who can help do it. And it's complicated. But the bigger story is really, for me, the Shams report was, I never said it, I'm sorry, Coca. The Shams report is that Jimmy Butler would accept a trade. He'd be happy to go to a contender, and there's a new team on the list, the Suns, that can go with the Warriors and the Mavericks and the Rockets, which is funny to see them on anybody's list right now.
Why is that?